Welcome to Mercier Orchards, a 4-generation family farm rooted in community and blossoming with flavor. Hello, my friends. We are nestled here in the Blue Ridge Mountains at Mercier Orchards today, and I want to tell you some of the beautiful facts about this wonderful store and orchards. The roots of Mercier Orchards actually started in 1943 when Bill and Adele Mercier purchased 27 acres, including that apple house from a local pharmacist. Bill, then the county agricultural agent, combined his love for growing with fledgling entrepreneurship. Adele sold apples straight from the back of that house, and over the decades, it expanded to 200 acres, 300 acres, and now our tractor driver today tells us 400 acres of apple orchards and lots of other beautiful, wonderful, seasonal variety of vegetables. If you want a souvenir from the North Georgia mountains, Mercier Orchards is a place you ought to check out. Every kind of houseware, home decor, toy, food, and hard apple cider is available right here, along with a million other treats. Some of the best beef jerky, sauces, jams, jellies, teas, you name it. I love it here, my friend. And I do want to tell you that 3 to 4 generations actually operate Mercier's today, including the current CEO, Tim Mercier, his daughters, and his grandchildren. Over 50 apple varieties grow right here. Think Fuji, Pink Lady, Mutsu, Cameos, providing a spectrum of colors and flavors. Today, we are going to be picking yellow apples. And yes, my friends, they are wonderful. And what did I tell you? You can also get all kind of veggies and fruits here. Beyond apple picking, there's strawberries, peaches, berries, homemade baked goods, including the legendary fried apple pies. Yup, Adele's original recipe, the first owner for the fried apple pies, and so many other flavors of apple pies, of fried pies. You have to try them. So whether you want jams, jellies, hard cider, wine, and more, you want to come here and also enjoy the educational experiences, including tractor tours. Also with the schools, there's school and bus tours. They teach agriculture, harvesting, and sustainability right here at Mercier's. Let me give you a few apple fun facts and U.S. history. Did you know that apples are not native to North America? They originated in Central Europe near the Caspian Sea, actually brought to the United States by European settlers, where 15,000 heirloom varieties once thrived right here in the U.S. Today, many modern grocery apples come from just a few popular varieties, but places like Mercier's help preserve diversity. So, do you want to know how to pick an apple or check for ripeness? They're going to teach you right here when you get off this wagon how to pick them, what to pick, where to pick, and how to tell the best ones. But for ease of picking, gently lift and twist off ripe apples, and ripe apples will separate easily without pulling. Now, the seeds color. If you cut an apple, if the seeds are hard and brown, not white, it's ripe. Did you know if the apple is not ripe, they're white seeds? That's amazing. I didn't know that before today. And color and ground hue, my friends, the base skin color is what we call the ground of an apple. It turns from green to lighter green or yellow as ripening progresses. Taste and texture should be firm with a satisfying crunch, not too hard, and definitely not too mushy. A ripe flavor, sweet and aromatic. So, outer branch advantage for picking the apples on the outer branches is apples on the outer sunny side of the tree often ripen earlier. So tucked into the tree may not be as ripe as out on the edge of the tree stems. So let's play with some hidden apple gems, some fun bite-sized facts. The United States, once boasted over 15,000 heirloom apples. Many are now lost, but orchards like Mercier keep diversity alive. In cider making, the balance of sugar, acid, starch, and aroma compounds and phenolics changes as an apple ripens. And knowing how ripe they are is critical in apple cider making. You know, apples don't continue ripening after picking. So timing does really matter about apples. Just listen to that. Apples don't continue to ripen after picking. Yes, they turn from crisp to mushy, but they do not continue to sweeten. And why Mercier's approach matters with apples. I want to let you know that picking right on farm means freshness. Customers get perfectly ripe, high crunch apples, not days old produce or weeks old from distant supermarkets. The best apple is within the first 3 weeks of picking. And we're picking and we're eating today, my friends. Yum, 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 yum. I love, love, love these apples. They are yellow. They are wonderful. They are sweet. They're maybe not as complex as some of the other apples, but I am so much enjoying this today. And I want you to know that Mercier, the family legacy continues through hands-on care and community tradition. They do focus on sustainability and local experience from growing to tasting to educating. So they are magnificent. I love coming back to this farm year after year after year. And here you go, my friends, some sweet apple humor. Maybe even I'll throw in some fresh facts and fascinating numbers about apple consumption. So before I do that, why did the apple stop in the middle of the road? Because, my friends, it ran out of juice. So, what do you call an apple wearing a cape? A superfruit. And why did the apple go to the doctor? It wasn't peeling well. So, what do you get if you cross an apple with a shellfish? A crabby apple. Did you know, fun facts, did you know apples float on water because they're about 25% air? And the science of growing apples is called pomology. 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 Did you know there is an orchard in Washington State planted by a rocket scientist who named his apples after astronauts? And did you know pink lady apples were developed in the 1970s in Western Australia and are also known as Crips Pink? Crips Pink. Applewood is prized smoking wood for meats. We use it, we love it. Applewood is prized for its mild, sweet flavor. And Japan's Azumaya apple weighs over 2.5 pounds, one of the largest in the world. Yes, can you imagine 2.5 pounds for one apple? The Azumaya apple. And the phrase, as American as apple pie, became popular only in the early 1900s, even though pie wasn't uniquely American before then. And an apple tree takes an average of 4 to 5 years to bear fruit after planting. And another fun fact, the Granny Smith apple was discovered by Maria Ann Smith in Australia in 1868. A great cooking apple. Last fun fact I'll hit you with, apple seeds contain amygdalin. Now, I know a lot of you know this, but you don't know the true details. The amygdalin in the apple seeds can release cyanide in large amounts, but you need to eat hundreds of apple seeds alone to feel any effect at all. So no, don't worry about swallowing an apple seed. You are safe. And my friends, I hope you are enjoying picking these beautiful apples and taking a look at us gently twisting and popping off that apple from the tree. Some are more stubborn than others, but you want to make sure that you do not damage the tree and you eat or bag the apples that you pick. For sustainability, my friends, you don't want to mess up these trees. And I want to show you these trees. They are absolutely magnificent. They are trimmed every year. They come back beautiful and strong from the tree trunk growing out. And again, the apples closer to the tree trunk take longer to ripen because the more sun that hits them, the faster they ripen. And when are they ready to pick? Well, the experts here at Mercier's know exactly what apples are ripe when, but generally they start in August, September, usually until the end of September. So really you get 2 great months of picking here in Mercier's or anywhere that you're going to. And fun facts, apple consumption. The United States and global per person. Can you imagine this? As of the details figured out here in the United States in 2021, the each person ate approximately 45.9 pounds of apples here in the United States. Now, of that 45.9 pounds, juice or cider accounts for 23.7 pounds, and 1 gallon is approximately 8 pounds, so it gives you a good idea. Fresh apples per person in the United States that are sold is approximately 15.8 pounds per person per year. And canned, dried, frozen, or other forms, pie, ice cream, whatever has apple in it, 6.4 pounds. Absolutely incredible, huh? Global apple consumption per person reached an all-time high of approximately 25.5 pounds in 2021. But again, here in the United States, we eat 45.9 pounds per person. Globally, 25.6 pounds per person. Crazy, right? Well, according to another source, the U.S. ranks highest in the world with around 114.6 pounds per person, though this figure may reflect availability or broader data classification of what's actually considered apple and sold. So how one gets 45.9 pounds and one gets 114.6 pounds. Not sure how that works, but very, very interesting facts that I found. So very excited about that. And I want to thank you for joining me here today in the apple orchards. And I just want to let you know how absolutely incredible it is Get outside, explore your world. If you have a strawberry patch, a blueberry patch, an apple orchard, a peach orchard, whatever kind of fruit, vegetable you have, if you don't treat yourself and go pick some fresh someday soon, I hope that you will put this on your bucket list for doing as soon as you can. And Mercier Orchards is more than just a farm, my friends, like any of these places that you go to. But Mercier's has a long history, and it's a story of growth, flavor, and family. They actually invent apples here. September Surprise was one that I picked 3-4 years ago. Haven't been back in the right season to get it fresh off the tree, but I have bought them at Mercier's. And I will tell you, next time you bite into an apple, whether it's a crisp, a fresh apple, remember, there's a story behind every juicy crunch. How on earth do they get 15,000 different varieties of apples? And again, Merciers have been here since 1943, and Bill and Adele are still making their mark with Adele's fruit pies, fried pies. They're absolutely magnificent. And I hope that you will take advantage of getting outdoors and enjoying and exploring. And hit that comment button. I want to know, when have you been to a farm? Were you there for the animals? Were you there for the veggies? Were you there for the fruits? Let me know if you've ever ridden a tractor out in an orchard, or if you're going to put this on your bucket list. North Georgia, my friends, there's a few different apple orchards, but none of them stands out like Mercier Orchards. And I hope you have enjoyed joining us today, and you get to take your ride soon as well. Have a great day, my friends. Keep on getting out there. Hit that subscribe button. See you real soon.